On today's edition of NewsTeam Boulder, 2 teens become the first female Eagle Scouts. Plus, the U.S. is seeing the highest positive cases in a 7-day average since the pandemic began. All this and more coming up on NewsTeam Boulder.
From the Roser Atlas Center and the College of Media, Communication, and Information, this is NewsTeam Boulder.
Good morning and welcome to NewsTeam Boulder. I'm Courtney Aitken. A new set of COVID-19 restrictions may be on the table for Boulder County. NewsTeam's Kylie Westhoff will let us know how this could impact CU students.
That's right, Courtney. The Interfraternity Council on the Hill announced yesterday that there will be sanctions put on SAE for violating coronavirus-related public health orders. The IFC announced that the chapter will be fined as part of its punishment, but they will also be sanctioned by limiting fall recruitment to only 20 new members to their pledge class for fall 2020 and a reduction in SAE's IFC membership status. SAE leaders apologized for their behavior, but in the rest of the county, cases are still on the rise. The county announced that more restrictions might be necessary on Monday after recording 68 new cases of coronavirus. The health department said in a press release that the county could be forced to move to a safer at-home level 3. That would mean more restrictions on restaurant, office, retail, and personal services industries, including limiting the capacity to only 50 people. There is also a 25-person limit on indoor events and a 75-person limit on outdoor events. Level 3 restrictions are enforced when the county's rate of new cases is 175 per every 100,000 over the course of 2 weeks. There are currently just under 190 new cases per every 100,000 people in the past 14 days, so we are just over that threshold. Boulder County Public Health spokesperson Chana Auguste says the county has 14 days to reverse this trend. Courtney?
Boulder County is seeing increased coronaviruses since last week. There are over 5,500 positive or considered probable cases, over 240 hospitalizations, as well as 85 deaths total over the course of this pandemic. In total, there have been approximately 180 new cases out of 100,000 people in the past 14 days. U.S. coronavirus cases reached a 7-day average high on Sunday, with over 68,000 positive cases, according to Johns Hopkins University. This past week saw 2 of the worst daily new cases since the pandemic began, with both Friday and Saturday hitting 83,000. The previous record high was set in late July with a little over 67,000 cases. With the election just around the corner, U.S. citizens are anxious to see polling results. NewsTeam's Vinay Simlot explains how polling works and why predictions for the 2016 election were inaccurate.
Since pollsters predicted Hillary Clinton would win the presidency in 2016, the questions this time around: how do election polls work, and will the pollsters be right in 2020? Most reputable pollsters use a representative sample. That means if 20% of people in an area are women, 20% of the people they sample will also be women. They call people and ask them certain questions, and then they'll weigh the responses to make sure they represent the full population. There's a science to how each pollster samples and weighs people, and that's what decides whether the poll will be accurate or not. But in 2016, experts say the pollsters didn't weigh education level enough. Non-college educated white voters were more likely to cast their ballot for President Trump, and college educated white voters were more likely to support Secretary Clinton. But when the pollsters weighed the polls, they weighed college educated voters higher than non-college educated voters, which ended up showing Hillary Clinton in the lead. The Pew Research Center also says pollsters didn't accurately predict who was going to vote, and more Trump supporters turned out than they expected. And even though Hillary Clinton consistently led in the national polls, the individual states like Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin that ended up giving President Trump the Electoral College victory were much closer. This time around, pollsters say they've made their changes. They're weighing white non-college educated voters higher than they did in 2016, and they're focusing more on the individual state polling instead of the national polling. It's up to voters to remember, though, the only polling that matters happens on November 3rd, so get out and vote.
Coming up, did scientists find water on the moon? And it's National Black Cat Day, so show these felines some love. We'll be right back.
Colorado is a wonderful state. We have sweeping plains, lively cities, and the Rocky Mountains. We also have the flu. Flu can be serious. Last year, nearly 5,000 Coloradoans were hospitalized with flu. That's the population of Breckenridge. The flu vaccine can keep you at work, in school, and out of the hospital. Flu vaccines save lives. Do yourself, your community, and all Coloradoans a favor and keep enjoying wonderful Colorado. Get your flu vaccine today.
Sunday's snowstorm blanketed Boulder County with 13 inches of snow. According to Boulder's branch of the National Weather Service, this is equivalent to only 1 inch of rain. Residents were hopeful that the winter storms would help to put out the wildfires in the area, but officials say that the snow will likely be gone by the end of the week. The Calwood fire burning north of the city of Boulder remains at 76% containment. While the snowstorms help keep the blaze from expanding, fire danger still remains in Boulder County. According to experts, Colorado, much like most of the southwestern United States, is under a severe drought and will need substantial moisture in order to eliminate this season's fire danger. Further outside of the county, the same snow is keeping the Cameron Peak and East Troublesome fires at bay. Following the storm on Sunday, Operations Section Chief Paul Delmerico said that fire activity would likely be halted for the next few days, a welcome break for the firefighters on the scene. Any improvements in fire containment due to snowfall are likely only for the short term. Once again, much more precipitation will be needed in order to achieve lasting improvements in state fire conditions. While firefighters are working hard to cool things down, Boulder County is opening its doors to those who may need help warming up. The transition from fall to winter is a difficult one for Boulder's homeless population. Typically, public places such as libraries and recreation centers provide a source of warmth, but due to COVID-19, most of these locations are shut down. In order to accommodate the needs of the homeless, an emergency warming center opened yesterday at the West Age Well Center. Those looking to escape from colder temperatures can come to the location at 909 Arapahoe Avenue. The warming center can only host 30 people at a time and will be open from 1 to 4 p.m. daily. Public health guidelines will be, of course, enforced at the warming center, including masks, social distancing, and screening for COVID-19. Coming up, will you need to warm up or lose a layer these next few days? NewsTeam's Reed Radachonsky has your weather forecast after the break.
How dare you disrespect me like that? Do I look like a commingled container to you?
No, you're not real.
Hello and welcome back to NewsTeam Boulder. It's October 27th. We will give you the conditions for today and the upcoming week. It feels like winter this morning. Today will mostly be sunny with a high of 40 degrees, then it will start to cool off this afternoon with some cloud coverage, and the temperature dropping to a low of 15 degrees. Temperatures throughout Colorado will remain pretty consistent this morning, with most temperature highs being around 30 and 40 degrees, this including the high country. It will start to get substantially colder and average temperatures will drop up to 10 degrees this afternoon. Make sure you bring a jacket if you have plans this evening. Today, looking at the national forecast, we're mostly focused on tropical storm Zeta coming through the southeastern part of the U.S. Southern states like Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia will be the most affected. They will be experiencing heavy rainfall and thunderstorms. The storm is moving towards the northeast and Midwest. A high level of precipitation is expected for all states north and west of Pennsylvania. The rest of the country have high pressure systems, meaning that it will be clear and sunny today. After snowpass through Colorado, we are looking at heavy snowfall throughout New Mexico, parts of northern Texas, and southern Kansas. Tomorrow we are looking at a high of 46 degrees and a low of 30, but sunny skies all day tomorrow. The next 4 days will be very consistent. If you were missing the sun after a snow day, you're in luck. It will be mostly sunny across all Colorado for the next few days. The temperatures will still be on the colder side, with most temperature ranges being from 30 to 50. Trick-or-treaters need to prepare for one of the colder days this week. The forest fires have been tough on the air quality the past few weeks, but today it's looking great. The index shows good air quality at 34. Hopefully we can sustain this good air quality. That is it for weather. Back to you, Courtney.
Coming up on NewsTeam Boulder, 2 girls from Georgia are on their way to become the first female Eagle Scouts. And could there be water on the moon? We'll be right back.
Navigating careers can feel like a chain of roadblocks and wrong turns. As a job seeker, you want more than a paycheck. As an employer, you want the right talent. If you're looking to discover your unique path to success, Talent Found can help you get there. Whether you're a student exploring career pathways, a job seeker looking to change direction, or an employer working to build a stronger team, Talent Found empowers Coloradans on your employment adventure. Visit talentfound.org.
2 Georgia girls are some of the first in the country to become Eagle Scouts. They live in Oconee County, just outside Athens, and they earned the rank by overseeing construction of a butterfly garden at their local middle school. Bernd Peterson reports they're now on their way to making history.
Kaylin DeMattei says some things are worth the effort.
The weeds were like as tall as me, and so we had to shovel them all down, and it took a long time to do.
Kaylin and her friend Betsy Chapeau are scouts, and both are chasing the highest honor a scout can achieve.
I've never done anything this big, and I've never led a group of people before that were like including grown-ups.
They're on a quest to become Eagle Scouts. They started 19 months ago when the Boy Scouts of America became Scouts BSA and allowed girls to join separate troops.
So when they allowed the girls into Scouts, Halen's like, yes, I want to do it. And I said, okay, let's do it. So we started a troop.
Making the rank of Eagle isn't something they just give to a scout. You got to earn it, and it's not easy.
Most kids, it takes them anywhere 4 to 5 years to accomplish what these girls have done at the age of 13.
There you go.
Halen and Betsy have each earned more than 24 merit badges, and they'll be part of the very first all-girls Eagle class.
Not a lot of people get their Eagle Scout. They usually quit because it's a really long process, but if I stuck with it, so it's good.
Today is National Black Cat Day. While these cats are a symbol of Halloween, they are some of the least likely felines to be adopted. It's thought that their ties to superstitions are affecting their chances of finding forever homes. But that's just an old wives' tale. Try to show a black cat some love today. Now, I'm not sure if the moon aliens get thirsty, but if they do, NASA has some good news for them. For the first time ever, NASA is confirming they've found water below the surface of the moon that's exposed to the sun. Agency announced the discovery on Monday, saying it was made using its SOFIA telescope. It observed the moon in mid-flight from a modified Boeing 747 jumbo jet. Scientists estimate the amount of water they found is around 12 ounces. But in a separate study, NASA said that there could be more water than previously believed in tiny lunar ice patches that are permanently protected from the sun. That discovery was made using NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which circles the moon. Scientists say that water could be a crucial resource in future moon missions. NASA's Artemis program is set to return Americans to the moon by 2024, including the first woman ever to walk on the moon. That's it for this edition of NewsTeam Boulder. I'm Courtney Aitken. Stay healthy out there, and we'll see you next time.